Hey everyone, it's Chrissy here from the Creative Eclectic. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're having a fabulous day so far. Surprise, I'm live. I'm not usually live on Wednesday mornings, but here we are. Today I thought I would just pop on quickly because I'm looking at my Christmas preparation list going, oh my goodness, I have so much to do. And where can I save some time and what can I do to make my life easier? So I don't know about you, but one of the things I really stress over at Christmas time, and actually any time that I'm giving a gift, is the wrapping. I love to have beautifully wrapped presents, and I love to have everything coordinated, and I start out really well, like everyone in our family has their own wrapping paper and assigned to them, and each year it gets different, and so I love all of that. But after the first 5 presents, I am so over it. Just really over wrapping. So what I thought I would do today is give you something to help you that I found really helpful with getting ready for Christmas. Now, all you're going to need is some paper from your craft stash. Now, if you don't have scrapbooking paper or you don't have Christmas paper, that's okay, right? What you do need to have is you can use some wrapping paper, all right? So, we've got a few people watching. Make sure you say hello. So I've got some old scrapbook paper, and as I said, you can use wrapping paper. Now this was a demonstrator exclusive. It was called Country Rose, and it's a 12 by 12 paper. So today I'm going to show you how to do this using 12 by 12 paper and how to adjust it. Hey Megan, thanks for watching. How are you today, darling? All right, so first up, you're going to need 2 pieces of 12 by 12. All right, one side isn't Christmassy at all, and the other side, yeah, it can be considered Christmassy. All right, so I am going to just grab my paper trimmer, and I've got my scoring blade. Oh goodness, my poor paper trimmer needs such a clean. Before we get started, I'm just going to clean that off. So I've got my stamping mist. I'm just going to spray my trimmer. All right, I'm going to grab a baby wipe. I'm just going to wipe off some of this dirt. Now this isn't just an added extra. This isn't how to wrap your presents, like, because I have all good intentions. That's great. I'm glad you're well, Megan. Hey Helen, lovely to see you. We missed you on the Facebook Live last night. I hope you get a chance to watch it on replay. All right, just cleaning off all that excess. Now the stamping mist just takes off any ink. All right. Now, just gonna, and the baby wipe takes off some of the thing. Later on I'll clean it properly with a thing. Now it's just going to take a second to dry. If you don't have a rag, just use the bottom of your dress like that. All right. So, you know, hey Belinda. All right, who else have we got that's watching? Oh, I've got a few people. I wasn't sure who would be able to watch. All right, so we use the bottom of a dress to dry it off. Okay, we want to make sure it's dry before we start putting paper on it. Okay, so I've got my pattern paper. I've got 2 sheets of 12 by 12. Now I want to make sure that I am going to score it the right way. So we're making a little gift bag, and you can adjust these to any size that you like. This is one of my favourite projects, and I get asked about it every year. So what I'm going to do is on all 4 sides, I'm going to line my edge of my paper up with the 1.5 inch mark. All right, now this will give me a nice little gift bag that means that I don't have to wrap presents. And we're doing it on all 4 sides, and before you think, why on earth do we need to do it on all 4 sides, just bear with me, all right? And we're going to do that to both pieces. So that's the first one done. As I said, this was a Stampin' Up demo exclusive paper, but I thought, why not use it? Because let's face it, pink is pretty, and I want to make sure that my paper gets used. Hey Carol, thanks for watching. Right, so we're just scoring it on all 4 sides. So each time we're just turning it at 1.5 inches. Okay. So now, I'll just move our paper trimmer out the way. Now I'm going to grab our trusty bone folder. If you don't have a bone folder, that's okay. Just use the best you can. And we're just going to burnish those edges, or rub along the edges. Just fold along those score lines. Now if you don't have a paper trimmer with a scorer, you could use, oh, that one's a bit crooked. Let me just see what I did there. Gonna have to rescore that one. Gonna make it, I must have moved it as I scored it. Well, there we go. And no one's gonna know that it was wrong. I'll explain that in a second, Belinda. Good question. Alright. So you need to work out which way you want your pattern to be facing. Like I want my stripes on the outside, but I'm just folding it and burnishing it. Because you can fold it back. Alright, so I've done that one. Just grab the other one real quick. Really quickly. I feel quick. Gee, I sound... That sounds dreadful English. My mother would have a little fit. She knew I said that. Okay. So, I know that this piece here, that's going to be my top edge, right? Because that way the pattern is the right way. Alright. Okay. So, first up, this piece here, we're going to fold that down. Okay. That's going to be my top edge, and I'm going to do that on both of them so that I know that it's my pattern's going to be the right way. Okay, So I've got two pieces that are folded like that. Now, I am just going to grab my scissors. I'm going to fold the other ones back the other way. Grab my scissors and I'm just going to trim on one piece the corners up to the fold line. Okay. Now put them in your scrap pile. Do the same with this one. Now this is, when you're not doing it on camera, you can do a lot of these really quickly. So I'm just going to trim this piece up. So this is the inside of my bag. Right. Okay. So on one piece, you've just got two little pieces cut out. On the other piece, you're just going to move that one out the way. It's a bit hard to demonstrate with 12 by 12 in a little space. I'm actually downstairs on my dining table and there's very little space. I'll show you, I'll lift up the camera shortly and show you. So we're just going to go from the left edge along the score line and just cut in. We're not going to cut them off. We're going to keep them. All right. You could do it from the bottom. It's up to you. I'm doing it from the left. All right. So what we need to do first is we need to grab our tear and tape. Now you can use glue if you like. So it doesn't matter which way you score. I put the Belinda, when I'm scoring, I actually have the outside facing up because I fold the opposite direction to the score lines. So I'm just going to put on these two little tabs at the bottom some tear and tape. Okay, I hope that makes sense, Belinda. Try not to stick your tear and tape to your back in your grid paper. All right. So these are on the, I'm going to say the right side. So the side, they're going to be hidden, but the side that would be the outside of your piece. Okay. Then we'll open this out. We're going to put a bit of tear and tape along that edge there. So we're going to have 4 bits of tear and tape on this. Okay. A bit of tear and tape. Actually, no, we're going to have 6 bits. I have 2 on each side and 1 along the bottom. Okay, so you can see this here, that's my pattern, it's the right way up. Okay. Oh, you're doing it along with me. That's really impressive, Belinda. Now, if you wanted a wider box, all you do is you would just adjust the width of your score line. All right, and I'll show you that with the 6x6 if we have time. I'm on a bit of a deadline this morning. All right. And then we're going to put some tear and tape on this center section at the bottom, and we're going to have 2 pieces, and the reason you can have 2 or 3. All right, now the reason we have 2 or 3 is because you want it not to be flapping around. It's not closed on the clothesline. You want it to be secure. All right, so now what we do is we grab our little front piece, and we're going to put them so that the wrong sides or the insides are both together. And we're going to just get our tear and tape started. Now, a tip with tear and tape, use your bone folder or your fingernail or whatever just to rub it. Okay, what that does is it adheres it nicely to your paper, and then it allows you to just lift that up. Now we're just going to pull that one down just a little bit, just that much, and we're going to pull this one down just this much. Right, we're not going to pull it any further just yet. So, and the reason we're not going to pull it any further is because we just want to get it started, so when we close it up, we can make sure that it's all perfectly aligned. It's pretty close. Now, the problem with using a pattern that goes horizontally is sometimes the paper doesn't line up. So now we're just going to quickly, no, we're going to have to do this a different way than I originally planned. So now we can just pull this down and you've got that tape taken off. All right, then we push it that way. Now it should line up at the top if you've got it on straight and if your scoring's all straight. If it doesn't, just do a little bit of manipulation. It should be okay. Now, as I said, I am really particular about my present wrapping, but as after wrapping 5 presents, I'm usually done. And when you have a big family, like I don't buy presents for everyone in our family anymore, but I've got 14 nieces and nephews, no, 16 I think now, nieces and nephews, and just on my side, we don't traditionally buy for Steve's side of the family, and then friends and customers and all sorts of people that we buy for. So, because gift giving is my love language, so I need to be able to wrap stuff quickly. And so Steve, he doesn't get gift bags, his is all hand wrapped, but pretty much everybody else, they get a gift bag. Like, all right, so this is one of my solutions. All right, now this is right, so we're just going to now pull this tape down like that, nicely. So now you've got a little bag like that. So all you have to do then is take the tape off the side, bottom. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to take this tape off here. Now I like this because you can sit in front of the TV and make these bags, And you can make them any size you like. So if you've got a whole pack of 6x6 paper that you haven't used, that's Christmassy, why not make it into bags? All right. It'll cost you less than going and buying a whole heap of really nice gift bags at Myer or David Jones or somewhere. Or even some of the cheap shop gift bags are really expensive. And then you can have them all sort of coordinated. Oh goodness. This is why you need to use your bone folder and burnish those up. Now, this is the trickiest part of it. You're going to slide that in, right, and attach it to the side. But before you do that, let's just get our tear and tape on the bottom started. And what I normally do, actually, what'll make it easier, you just fold this bit inside, fold it up flat, okay? Fold it up flat like that. Then you can see what you're doing. And you're just gonna get them started as well. I haven't made one of these for about 6 months, so I had to refresh my memory while we're doing this on how to make them. And you know, I had run out of 12 by 12 paper. Like very few packs I had 2 sheets of 12 by 12 paper. So you're going to stick that in there like that. You're folding the bottom up like that. So then you just get your hand inside and push the flat bit down. And I don't know that you can, it's hard to explain that. Oh. And you've got to make sure that you haven't got the flap caught anywhere that it shouldn't be. Right. You're going to push that flap down. See, you can push it down. I don't know if you can see that. I'm just going to get your bone folder and push it down. And now you can take off this here. And just get your bone folder. Just push it down like that. Okay. So then you've got this squarish box. So you can decorate it however you like. You can, I'm just going to add some ribbon. Like I haven't put any tear and tape in here. So what I will do is just grab a little bit of glue because we don't want them to lift up. And do that on both sides. So it's a nice, easy box. How are you going, Belinda? Yeah. Oh, good. So there you go. So that's your box. Now, I think that would work well as a Christmas wrapping because it's not Christmassy. So, and if you needed to seal it up, if you've got a hole punch or something like that, you can make handles for it. I'm not going to make handles, but I've got my trusty crocodile here. Now, these Stampin' Up! Used to make these, they don't anymore. So I'm just going to make a hole. I'm going to adjust the depth of the hole. Oh goodness. Just going to make a hole. I'm going to do it about, and easiest way to do this also is pinch the 2 layers together, right? That one about there. Alright, so that's about a thumb length in. So the next one will be on the other side. That's about a thumb length in as well. Now I'm just going to get some of this beautiful iridescent ribbon. And now if you don't have ribbon, you've got the foil gift wrapping ribbon. Well, they call it ribbon, but it's just foil. If you've just got some of that foil gift wrap ribbon, then you can use that. Now you need to make sure that your holes are lined up properly, that you haven't, when you squeeze it together, you haven't what's the word, made things a bit wonky. So I'm just going to turn it over. Just going to add a really quick bow to the front. Now you could put other things on there. Now I tie my bows upside down just because it makes it easier for me. Okay. It is a very pretty pink. I'm sad that they didn't release this to everybody, but it was just something that we got for a sales challenge. So there we go. So that is my first little gift bag. Now, what if you wanted to have a bit deeper gift bag? All right, so I've got some, now you can, as I said, you can adjust this to whatever size that you like. Now I've got, this is the Sentimental Christmas, and now this is the one that Stampin' Up give a donation of $4.95 to a literacy charity. So okay, so this one, we want to make it, we're going to make it a gusseted bag. So I'm going to score it, and it's only going to be a little bag. So I'm going to score it on, I'm only going to score it on 3 sides this time. So I'm going to go 2 inches. Okay, first of all, score it 1 inch. Then 2 inches. So this one won't have a fold over at the top. Then we're not going to have a gusset on the bottom, so we're going to score the bottom at 2 inches. Then we're going to score the right side at 1 inch and 2 inches. Now you need to be precise with your scoring. All right, so this little bag, it makes it easier to, so I'm going to score the bottom, it makes it easier to have something that's wider in it. So we're going to go, I've scored the bottom at 2 inches, then I'm going to score each side 1 inch from the edge, then 2 inches from the edge. Okay, now it's going to be quite a small bag, 1 inch from the edge and 2 inches from the edge. All right, and that is okay, because sometimes you need a small wide bag for things like for that jewellery box, you know. So we're folding that one like that, and then this one like this. Now you can adjust this however you want. So this is going to be quite a small bag. right? And it's not going to be a square bag, it's just so. Now, whatever size your biggest score line is on the side, that is what the size needs to be, on the bottom. All right. So it's going to be like a little, sort of a boxy thing. All right. So, on one piece, we're just going, so this one doesn't, because it's such a small bag, it doesn't have a fold over piece at the top. We're going to just and we're going to cut on this score line, so cut that piece off completely. Now you can make lids for these as well, you can turn them into actual boxes. You can use cardboard, you don't actually have to use pattern paper. Alright. Now this one we're just going to do this one a little bit different. I'm going to show you that you cut from the bottom up to the score line, and it works just the same. Sometimes doing it from the bottom up is just gives it a little bit more stability. Alright, so I'm going to use some liquid glue on this one. So this is going to be my first one, so I'm doing the outside bit here, just to the score line. Okay, lots of liquid glue, and yes, Megan, I'm using the wrong side. I mean the small tip. And I'm just going to, if I've scored that right, going to line up that. Okay. Get my bone folder, just rub it across, then now you want to make sure that your bits are all going the right way. Okay. Right. And if you're doing it flat like this, it does make it a lot easier. So you make sure that this one is tucking on the inside of that one. Okay, a nice, so then that gives you a little gusseted box. Now you might need to wait for the glue to dry before you start trying to, so then you've got 4 little bottom bits that you can just fold in. Now just pop some liquid glue on it, fold the opposite ends in first, but with the 2 outside bits I will always use some multi-purpose, what is this stuff, tear and tape, or good quality strong adhesive. So you could use Seal Plus. Seal Plus makes it even easier because it has no worrying about getting backing paper off. Now and I'm just going to fold, I might just put some glue on that one. Always on the very, very outer one, I will have that multi-purpose, the tear and tape, because it just makes it that much stronger. Now I'm just going to pop that across middle there. Do have both tear and tape and glue on the bottom. Alright. What was that question? So we're nearly done. Okay, Carol, thanks for watching. Okay. Now we are just on the last little bit. Well, you would think that after all this time I would have remembered to use my bone folder. So this is just a cute little idea that certainly makes wrapping so much easier. Like, imagine making a whole bunch of these throughout the year. As you come across paper, you get down to the last one in your bit of paper in your stash. So this is just a little gusseted bag. Now you could use this on, you could put your Ferrero Rochers in this and use this on your Christmas table. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to make a hole. Now it's a bit hard with this one because it's gusseted to ensure that you don't get the gusseted pieces in there. So what I mean by gusseted, it's got those little extra bits on the side to give it a bit more width. Now that's not exactly perfect. And I want to make sure that this one sort of lines up with that. And we're just going to pop some thread through. We only need one hole on each side. Now, if you don't have a hole maker, just stick a bow on it, right? These are small enough that they can hang off your tree if you don't put something too heavy in it. So that ring box that your husband's bought you, or your significant other, they can pop that in one of these little bags. Oh, wouldn't it? Or that Pandora charm box. That's a big hint to my husband. Hey, Kevin. I didn't see you pop on there. Nice to see you. Are you freezing where you are? All right. Now, as I said, this is my solution to having to wrap up hundreds and hundreds of presents. Well, not quite, but at least 30. I make these little bags. I make big and little ones of these. And there we go. We've got our second little gift bag all ready to go. So that's made with 2 6x6 pieces of paper. A great way to use up the last of your Christmas papers. Right, and look, it's got a little gust on the side, so it just folds in nicely. And this was the first one that we did. It looks a bit wonky, but anyway, it's all okay. So they are my 2 easy bags, and as I said, you just adjust the size at the bottom to see how you want to make it. Yeah. Oh, nice diamond ring would fit in there. Lovely, wouldn't it, Megan? Or 4 Ferrero Rochers that fit in there if your husband's a bit scungy. That fits a instant scratcher ticket and some chocolate. So imagine putting those on your dining table on Christmas Day. You could have enough for everybody. Anyway, there we go. That is our little easy Christmas hack. And thank you so much everyone for watching. Thanks Kevin for watching, and from the States, and Belinda and Megan and Carol. Really appreciate it. So have a great day everyone, and we shall see you for mystery stamping on Saturday. Bye for now.